Wow, what's going on, guys? Got me a nice big brisket. Well, it's not really that big. It's 11 1/4 pounds. Found it on sale. A cheap price, $2.79 a pound for this beef brisket. Whole muscle. See if you can see that. Got quite a bit of fat here. I'm gonna need to trim off all this fat here on the sides and stuff. Brisket's nice and thick here on the flat cut. The flat part is the bottom muscle, and this upper section here attaches to the bottom. It's called the point. And this decal, this area here is quite a bit of fat. I'm going to have to trim some of this off, and I'll get this in the sink and drain out, wipe it off, and put it back up here and let you see it before I start trimming away. Got a nice sharp knife. It's a little bit flexible. I like these for trimming. Not too flexible, but very sharp. So I'll get that opened up and I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. There we go. So you can see this thinner part right here. If you got it cooking with this huge thick part, it might cook a little bit faster. It looks like the butcher kind of messed up and cut this little piece right here. I think I might trim that off because this is so thin, and it's going to be on the smoker or the grill for about 9 to 10 hours. And this area here might be a little bit too thin, get a little bit overdone. So I might go ahead and trim that off right at the very end. Keep this piece for later. Make some hamburger out of that. You can see quite a lot of fat. Look at this fat. That is thick. Some of this will get trimmed away, and you can see the other side. Quite a lot of fat here. This is called the decal. This area here that gets trimmed off. This fat will not render even over 10 or 12 hours. This fat's not going to melt down and be good to eat, so we trim this off here and help it cook more evenly. So I'll get to trimming and show you what it looks like. So it's 11.3 pounds. I might get 8 pounds if I'm lucky after it's done being trimmed. Okay, here's what we got. There's the flat. I cut off that piece the butcher messed up at the butcher store or whatever. It's a thin end, and I'm going to use this for some hamburger or stew meat or something like that. Not much other meat I trimmed off. Just a little bit. Even things out. So there's about 4 ounces of meat there. Make a nice burger out of that. A couple burgers. But look at all this fat. Look at that. Oh, somebody's calling me. But I'm on a video, so I can't answer it. Trimmed off all this fat. I probably got like, I don't know, 3.5 pounds of fat maybe. Look at that, all wasted. But $2.79 a pound. I'm not totally bummed out. I knew when I looked at this brisket it had a lot of fat, so but yeah, you can see a little bit of meat in there, not much. I did as good as I could. Try to even this thing out, but so you want to try to get this as smooth as you can. Take off as much of the bad skin stuff on there. That's not gonna be good to eat. It'll be chewy. Try not to get holes like that hole right there. Water will collect in there, condensation. But I did pretty good. You can see here the two layers here. The thick layer here is the point where it meets the flat. And this here area on the bottom, the thinner part is the flat. And this point here has a lot of marbling in there. There's a lot of fat in this meat, so I'm not worried about, you know, that not being real juicy and stuff. So I didn't worry about keeping all the fat on top of here and stuff. You know, I took off the layer of skin that was like chewy and stuff. So I already know from doing this before what to take off and what to leave on. You try to get it as smooth and round as you can so the smoke flows over it nice and the heat. So yeah, you see the two layers where they join together here. The point and the flat. So what do I got after 11 pounds and the trimming? I don't know. Feels like about 7 pounds to me. We'll see. I'll weigh it. I'll weigh the fat and the meat, or I'll just weigh this. Let's see what happens. Exactly 4 pounds of fat going in the trash. So my 11.3 pound brisket, I got 7.3 pounds of meat. Okay. Half pound. Well, no. 8 ounces. 8 ounces of scrap meat for burgers going in the freezer. It's going to be Texas style. So I got some cracked black pepper, just black pepper, and some kosher salt. Use about half and half, whatever you like. Use a little bit more salt than pepper if you don't like it real peppery. Texas style, salt and pepper. So I'll rub this thing down. Let's get this whole thing coated. Maybe I'll put some garlic on there, I don't know. Maybe use some Montreal seasoning, Montreal steak seasoning. Get this nice and coated, get a nice crust on there when it gets cooking. Looks good, man. This is a big, big piece of meat, so you need a lot of seasoning. A lot of that's going to come off when it starts rendering the fat in the heat. I'll cook this at about, take this little piece of fat off here. These little pieces of fat stuff sticking out will burn. So you try to get it as smooth as you can. I'll do this at about 250 to 275 degrees. Probably take 8 to 10 hours. Somewhere like that. Till the internal temperature is right around 205 degrees. Alright, man, I'll turn this off and do the other side. There's the other side. Ain't that pretty? Oh yeah. Get this seasoned up. There we go. Got the sides a little bit too. Just salt and pepper, guys. That's all I'm putting on here. Nice Texas style brisket. Looks lovely. So I'll put this in the fridge overnight, and then tomorrow morning I'll go out and start my fire and stuff. And use some wood smoke. Maybe some hickory wood or cherry wood, I don't know. Hickory? Yeah. Oh. It's big. So there's 6.5 pounds anyway. 6 1/4, whatever. That's plenty for me. Yeah, I'll just set this in the fridge just like this, and then all that seasoning will soak in there. Should be good. Alright, man, thanks for watching. This is just part 1. I'll do a part 2 when I start it up, and then a part 3 when I finish. Thanks for watching.